Welcome back once again, European people. How you doing? Afternoon time. Y'all know what's good. Time for an afternoon stream. Hope everyone's doing well. We've got some cool stuff to talk about this afternoon. It's afternoon here. It may be evening where you're at. Whatever, dude. If you haven't done so yet, hit the like button while you're here. Why not, man? It's free likes. It's free. Come on, just hit like. No big deal, right? It pushes us up higher. YouTube will help us out and push us out to the environment more for everyone to see. And more people can be helped and more people can learn. That's what we're here for, to learn and help. So, we'll talk about shorting today, which is an important part of what we do. Without technical analysis, you really can't do this. You can guess. Of course, anyone can guess at anything and get right sometimes. More often than not, people guess and they're just flat out wrong. We don't like to ever guess when we do technical analysis. We like to use data and facts to prove what we're doing. So what I'm going to talk about today is a little bit about how to short, what to look for, some tips and tricks to kind of help you along the way. So I'm going to start with Luna. And the reason I'm going to start with Luna is because Luna had a humongous run up. And there's a decent pattern to look for here to see the short and kind of see what's going on. Okay. So first thing let's do is remove some stuff off the chart here so it's a little easier to see. I'm going to jump right on into this. After I say hey to some folks, what's up? Isham, good to see you, brother. Ron Poteet, I am Groot. What's up, Groot? Existence, what's up, brother? He helped me out with the website a little bit. Shorty Guzman, Ignacio Lopez, what's up, dude? Parker, what's up, my guy? Thor's Hammer, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Finn, Kelly Slade, afternoon, Kelly Slade, what's good? How many mimosas you had today? Gabo, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Hey, old school Ruben, what's up, dude? All right. As people come in, I'll try to say, hey, I don't want to spend too much time doing that. I know you get annoyed with that. 26 people on here already. Go hit like, y'all. Why not? 'Tis free. So, when we have a chart that looks like we have with Luna, clearly all of our indicators are telling us it's time to sell. Yeah? If you were in this long, you entered this long way down here when we had 2 over the 8 EMA and we had an 821 EMA cross. This is a leading indicator. This 821 EMA cross kind of shows us that we have confirmation of our long, at least in one leading indicator. Right? 8 EMA kind of leads the way here. It's a quick, fast indicator. It's fairly accurate. It's not perfect, but it's a leading indicator, and we want leading indicators to help us enter. Once we've entered, we look for confluence, or right before we enter, we look for confluence. Do we have any here? Yeah, we do. Looks like our MACD turned up very well, nice and smoothly, and then it ran right on clean through. RSI, not bad at all. Bounced up off of 40 here, blew right through 50 and went clean on up. Excellent. So we got in this trade and we stayed in the whole entire time. As you see, we never slipped under the 21 EMA, which would signal us to leave or get out or take profits. Okay. Everyone's got a little bit of different strategy of how they want to do this. I don't like to just take all my profits at one time. I like to take a little at a time. Okay. So as we're going along here and I'm watching indicators get higher and higher and higher, and I'm watching that MACD go up and up and up, right? Sailing off into the sunset. Beautiful. I'm watching this RSI run all the way up in here to overbought. Excuse me. I'm getting better. I was sick and I'm starting to feel better. So my lungs are kind of clearing themselves out. As we get it and it starts to go up into oversold, I start immediately thinking I need to get some out now. I need to take some out, remove some from the market, and put some in my pocket and kind of hold it to the side, okay? Because I don't want to be overexposed here. I want to reduce risk as we go along. The longer we're in a trade, the more risk there is. So I'm going to pull back on that risk and remove some money out. Once we have an 821 EMA cross downward, where our 8 goes downward through the 21, we're all the way out now. In fact, once I see the first candle under the 21 EMA, which is right here, once I see that happen, I immediately set my stop loss. Okay? Stop loss being 7%. So I set a stop loss right there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Close enough, whatever, right? If I've been in this for a long time, I might pull more out. I might set my stop loss up higher. I might get out a little earlier. Now it's time to short. Now I've removed my money out, a stop loss hit, and it's time to play the short game. Interestingly enough, this works just like long, only in reverse. Excuse me. Instead of buying, we're going to be selling. And we're going to sell with a little leverage to help us move this trade along a little faster. Now, before I get too far into this, please think about this for a second. Leverage trading is risky. I don't recommend doing leverage trading if you're not comfortable. You can do shorts more than one way, which I'll talk about in a moment, but I want to show the technical aspect of this first. You can short more than one way, but when you're using leverage, please remember that you absolutely cannot forget to set a stop loss. You must set a stop loss. If you get kicked out, so what? That's part of the game. It's there to save your ass. So use that stop loss wisely. Okay? I'm not telling you to go crazy with leverage. You can do as low as 2x, which is probably preferred for anyone who wants to try this and try to learn. I don't recommend this for anyone who's not comfortable. There's a disclaimer in the bottom right here. Okay? I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. Simply showing you some tips and tricks on how to do what I do. Okay? I don't like 2x leverage. I do a little bit more than that. Depending on what platform I'm on, I may short very hard with a low amount. I may go a very large amount with a little bit of leverage, right? There's two different ways to do this. So either way, we've seen our stop loss, we've set it, we've maybe got all the way out, whatever. Now it's time to short. So everything that we would typically do for a buy, we're going to do the opposite now. When we see a sell signal, that's time to fire up those shorts, okay? Now we're betting on everything to go down. And since we're betting on everything to go down, we do the indicators in the opposite. Now we're looking for 2 under the 21 to enter a sale. Weird to say that, right? But it's the beauty of technical analysis. We can bet on this thing to go down. Depending on which platform you want to use KuCoin, you want to use Binance, you want to use Forex, you want to buy tokens on a DeFi, borrowing them and then sell them, and then wait on the price to come down and then rebuy and then give back what you borrowed and then you get to keep the remainder. All that's a way to short, okay? My preferred way is leverage because that's what I like. I've been doing this a while. So again, it's a little different for me. But once you see that short signal come in, it's time to sell. We're going to find the asset that you want to find, which is Luna here. You're going to enter a sale contract, futures on KuCoin, and leverage sales on Forex. Remember, when you're doing this, you're not buying coins. You're just buying a contract. You're buying a contract that says you're selling. Okay? You're betting against it. That's it. You're expecting these coins to drop in price. There is no holding anything here, okay? It's just a contract. So be smart. Now, we see our 2 closes under the 21 EMA here, so we mark that with a line right here. That is my all the way out point. When I see 2 under the 21 EMA, I'm out. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I've talked about this 100 times before, but when I see this, this immediately tells me, hey, I'm done. I'm not going to risk it anymore. I've seen enough of 2 closes under the 21 EMA to know that it's probably going to sell off more. It could keep going up, sure, but it's probably going to sell off more. And if it's going to sell off more, I don't want anything to do with holding coins because they're going to lose value. Why would I want to be in anything that's going to lose value? Okay. This is what I talk about all the time when I talk about being overexposed to the market. When you know a particular asset's going to drop in price, why are you holding on to it? Because your feelings are telling you to? Well, that's 100% the wrong reason. There's no emotions allowed in investing. Zero emotions allowed. Now, I've got my short signal. I'm going to go over to my platform that I want to short at, and I'm going to find the asset. I'm going to decide how much I want to short with. I only keep a few $100 in my futures wallet. Why? Because I never want to risk too much. I never want to be overexposed. I think I have $300 over there now. Okay, like $300. That's nothing. That's the most I want to lose at any given time. $300. Worst case, Ontario. I'm losing $300. So I'll go over there and I'll find the platform. I'll find the coin. I've got $300 in there. I never want to do more than 10 or 15% of my wallet exposed. That would be $10 or $15. Okay. So I'll find the asset that I want to take. I'll put $15 in there and I'll hit short. Now it's time to run our indicators in the opposite direction. Now, here's a hint for you. If that's hard for you to do and you're having a hard time saying, well, gosh, it's not easy for me to look at a chart and see it go down. Well, let's just invert the chart. Go over here to a little sun symbol, right click, or left click, I'm sorry, and invert scale. Now, everything that was going down is going up, but remember that our numbers are descending over here now. Okay, these numbers are going from high to low, right? See that? From high to low. This is just showing you, if you were to try to long it, what it would look like. Now, obviously, right here would be our point where we would say enter, but now we're entering a short. Okay, now we're going to ride it up and get our percentage. How much do you take? How far do you go? Well, this is an interesting debate, right? I'll look at this a couple different ways. You could keep going with this until the indicators tell you no. Okay, fair enough, no big deal. I'm not opposed to that at all. Or you could look at your profit and loss ratio on your platform, which will tell you how well you're doing. When I usually get to 25 or 30% profit, because you're leveraging, remember, that's usually where I just take profits and I'm good and I stop. I don't get super greedy with what I'm doing. I don't particularly care to be in a short for longer than a couple hours. There are exceptions. If I see a much broader move happening, I'll lower my leverage way down so I can stay in longer, okay? So I can be exposed to the market a little longer. And this will give me time to watch the market kind of float its way out. As you see here, you look at these indicators. What do you see? You see it jumped over the EMA and ran up, came back down, told you to get back out, okay? And then immediately jumped back over again. Now it's doing it again. Now we're up over the AEMA, sitting over the AEMA, perched right on top of it. Remember, we're short here, so this is actually going down. And now we're just kind of sitting here thinking about it. What's going to happen? Well, we don't really know here what's going to happen yet, but if I were in this holding a coin and this were a long chart, I would stay in this. Why? Because, well, all the indicators are still, this would be inverted, remember, pointing up and saying go for it. Same thing with the RSI. This would be the other direction. It's trending up. It's saying go for it. So I would stay in this if this was long. It's not. It's short. Remember that. Let's uninvert the chart so we don't get super confused here. And there you see it again. It's all under the 8, under the 21. Everything's pointing down. All your indicators are pointing down. Put your fibs up here. Your pivots. Under your pivot, over your S1. You haven't hit S1 yet. You're stuck under the pivot. Remember, when it comes to pivots, whenever you're floating in between, you're more likely to go to the lower one. The lower one here is about $74. If you pull a Fibonacci retracement on this, you'll see that $73 is a target. So I'm going to set my target for 73.5 to 74, and I'm going to look for that to get hit. So I'm going to set a take profit around in there, which you can do on your platform that you choose as well. Okay, as well. And you can decide where you want to take your profit set. I'm going to let this one play out a little bit longer. I have 3 different platforms for this one, okay? I borrowed some. I bought Luna and then sold it off. All right, and I'm waiting for it to come down, which it's already done a little bit, so I'm already in profits a little bit on that one. I have a very high leverage Forex trade going on over on Hugo's Way. That's 500 leverage. Now, it's a very, very small lot. Okay, it's only roughly $100 worth. On KuCoin, I have another one going, which is a futures trade where I'm short on 5X, but I went with $100 on that one as well. Why? Because that one's a little bit more short term. I'm going to get in and get out with that one. I'm going to leave the futures one open. I'm going to leave the Forex one open a little longer, so it has a little bit more time to play out. I've got stop losses set everywhere. Anything goes wrong here, it kicks me out for a minimal loss, and I walk away. It's very, very, very important that you understand. It's crucial that you understand. Set a stop loss. And if you take a little loss, so what? After you take this little loss, move on to a different asset. Do not get hung up thinking that you need to stay in this and try it again and try it again. Oh, you took my money, I'm going to come back. No, stop. Stop. You can't do that. You're going to get emotional and you're going to lose. It's very, very important that you not do that. One of the rules that I learned when I started trading was to walk away. I didn't listen at first. I made the same exact mistake. I would jump in a trade, lose. Oh, fuck that. You're not beating me. And I go back at it again and lose. And go back at it again and lose. What did I do wrong? I got emotional. You cannot involve emotions in investing at all, ever. When you lose, take it like a man and move on. It's very, very important. Now, let's have a look at some short charts. Lately, last stream I did, we spent exactly 1 minute on charts. Why? Because almost everything is short. I think there are about 9 assets that look good. About 9. Why? Because we have a member on Patreon who kind of told me that he screened them all out and had about 9 of them. It's not great, folks. So if that's the case, I don't want anything to do with getting in right now. Okay? There's not enough assets that look good to make me want to say I'll jump in and buy some coins. Whether that be Bitcoin, Ethereum, or whatever, I'm not going to jump in and buy anything. Let me answer some questions real quick. All right. Big Jeff, what's up, dude? Illuminati, don't skip over Illuminati. What's up, brother? Good to see you. Irish Mindful Guy, what's up, dude? Good to see you. John Pavone in the house. What's up, bro? Profits is what we are in the market for. HODL gangs don't make money. Yeah, that's correct. You can make money hodling, but it takes forever, and you're overexposed to the market, and you're going to have huge losses every time. Okay? There's no sense in doing that. What's up, Professor Texas Plates? Good to see you, brother. Danny Deep Pockets, what's up, my guy? Danny Deep Pockets, Danny Carney. Explore Mexico, what's up? How do we recognize fake outs if a candle crosses the 21 EMA for a short amount of time? If I see it cross the 21 EMA for a short amount of time, I don't care. I'm out. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'll find another thing to look at or go somewhere else. I've learned over time that I'm not going to hang out and watch it dance around under the 21. Just not worth the risk to me. Risk reward is very important. I like using the 3 candle confirmation if you're swinging, maybe 3 candles on the hourly close. For me, I like shorter terms, so 3 candles over the 15-minute or 5-minute, depending on the time frame. See, there you go. He's doing 3 candles instead of 2. I like 2. I know some people who just do 1 candle. As soon as it breaks 1 candle over the 10 MA, they're in and they don't care. I don't like 1 candle ever, but that's the way they play it, and they've been doing it for years. So who am I to argue, right? That's the beauty of this. You don't all have to do it exactly the same. There's many, many ways to go about it. Goombas, yo, haven't seen him in a minute, dude. What's up, brother? Damn, dude. That's one of the original shitcoin finders right there, Goombas, man. I ain't seen him in a minute. You need to jump over in Discord, Goombas, man. We miss you, dude. Hey, what's up, Stifler? He says, hey, yo, got the day off. What's up, brother? Good to see you, Zeus. MK, what's the screenshot fake from the crazy Discord guy who's short Luna? What's the screenshot fake? I don't know. I don't know if it was or not. Might not have been. If it wasn't, damn, dude. I never ever risk that much. I never risk that much. If we're just looking at this chart on the daily, which I don't prefer when I'm doing shorts, I prefer to be on a low time frame. That's me. I prefer to be on the low time frames and get in and get out, get my money and go. In the mornings when I wake up, part of my routine now is I jump over on the Forex market and I just look over different pairs and I see if there's anything I can grab and get 20 or 30 bucks out of. I'm not asking for a millionaire here, okay? I just want to get a little bit of money, make a little bit, and then I'm off, and then I don't look at it for the rest of the day again. I'm done. I might look at a pair or two and decide that looks good. I'll jump in and grab me a couple dollars and I'm out. No questions about it. It's not happening enough. Okay, people aren't doing that enough. People wanting to get big, massive runs because we all see the same bullshit clips on the internet of people with $3,000 profit. That's great. I get it. That's not typical. I've lived that life. I never forget making $7,000 in 30 seconds, thinking I was a king shit, right? Big mistake. Don't do that, okay? That's very, very dumb. I've already lived that life, and you will lose eventually. But if you look at this daily, this looks bad, okay? Of course, this could change and it could break out and keep going. And if it does, I'm more than prepared for that. I have a stop loss set. Kick my stop loss out and make me leave. No problem. But if it does work out for me, this is going to work out very well. Let's pull a little meter here. If I do it to 74.5, that's 11% down. 11% at 500x. I'll let y'all do the math on that. That's 5,500%. That's pretty good. I'm not going to bitch and whine about that. That's pretty good. Or $100 at 10% or $1,000 at 10% would be, $100. I'm going to make decent fair nut off this one if it works out the way I want it to. And I want to let this one play out because I think Luna's a little overexposed as compared to most. We'll look on the high time frames to kind of see what I'm talking about here. All right, this is weekly. As you see, it's kind of hanging out in between the 8 and the 21 on the weekly. And the 21 EMA on the weekly is down here around 76, 77. Still well above where I entered at 83.6 or 88.5. That's 88.5 is where I entered. So I think there's a fair amount of move, fair amount of room for this one to move. Looking at the other indicators on the weekly, yeah, all this is bearish. It's all bearish or crabbish sideways. It's definitely not up. So I'm not too much worried about a liquidation or anything like that. Could happen, but it's highly unlikely. This looks more like it's forming a big bear flag. And I don't want to see that happen because I know a lot of people are in Luna and exposed to it. But I think it's fully possible. You can even remove your stop loss down as you get into profits, ensuring profits along the way. That's an interesting way to put it too. Let me give you an example here. Once I'm well in the profit, okay, I'm well in the profit. This will be my stop loss line up here. I'm going to label that in red for you. And I'll even put stop loss. All right. Let's do that in bigger writing, 24. There you go. Once I'm in and this price comes down here somewhere, right? Price stops about here. I'm going to move my stop loss. I do this on every single trade, folks. I'm going to move my stop loss down here. Why? Because now if it kicks me out, I'm out in profits. Even if it's a little bit, it's out in profits. Have you ever heard me say this? Take your profits. It's very important that you take your profits. And if you set your stop loss in the profits, once you're in the green, you're guaranteed to win. Okay? Especially if you do it on a Forex platform where there's good volume, you're not going to get skipped over and your stop loss won't get missed. That may happen on a futures market. So don't rump your leverage way up high, because if you do that, you turn that leverage way up and you set your stop loss and it moves too fast, it'll go right through your stop loss. That happened to me before too. So be very, very mindful of that. The MACD for crypto total market cap is about to cross up. If the news is positive out of the Fed, the market could rocket up. I'm prepared for either direction. I highly doubt we're going to get good news. The entire market is bearish. And I highly doubt that anything in the market makes the move. Anything in the news makes the market jump up. I'd love it for it to happen. Don't get me wrong, because if that's the case, then I'm going to make some money and everyone else is. I'm all for it, but it's not very likely. A lot of great risk management information. Keith has given all of us some experience. Absolutely. Thank you, Existence. Everything I talk about here is from personal experience where I've lost. Okay. I don't want everyone to lose. I want everyone to win. And don't copy my mistakes. Don't copy my failures. Okay. Copy the successes. Let's see. I'm just drinking my milk at the bar. Pretty stupid. That's pretty good. What happened? Hold on. Long time no see. Had a rough year. Lost my mother on the 8th of March. Bro, I'm super sorry, dude. That's awful. I'm super sorry to hear that, dude. If you need something, holler at me, all right? I'm more than willing to help. Alejandro Espinoza, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Yeah, you can use trade bots, but honestly, those are average at best. You really need a bigger bankroll to run those bots. Wouldn't the digital exchange be responsible for missing your stop loss? No, because you turn the leverage up too high. If you have low leverage, you're not going to miss a stop loss. But if you turn it up real high and the market moves too rapidly, it will miss. It's happened to me before. Good news from the government, LOL. That's pretty good, dude. Big Dex. Hey, I'm running a few behind. Can you start over? Not quite. The good news would be all lies, but it can happen. Yeah, I never trust the news. I never listen to the news, and I don't care about the news specifically for that reason. Everyone constantly looks for something. You never get what you want. And then when you do get what you want, it's too late. The market's already moved. So I like to try to be ahead, not behind, if that makes sense. Can't go broke taking profits. Thank you, D. Kent. That's exactly right, brother. You cannot go broke taking profits. Nobody ever got wrecked taking profits. No one ever got wrecked setting stop losses in the profits either. Remember that shit. All right? 5 more minutes. Let's look over some very, very short charts. ADA currently trying to break through and turn from short to long. Not bad. Algorand, similarly, not perfect short material. It did come up here and bump a box that I thought it needed to get over, and it didn't break it yet, so that could come back down. Under trend, all the indicators are kind of turning up, though, so be careful. XRP, similarly, still short, hasn't made that jump up, will it? It could. Slap the pivot and fail. We'll see. Be very careful. XLM, I have a short going on this. It went the wrong way on me. Whatever. It's still not long, though. It's still under the 8 EMA and hasn't turned up yet. All the indicators are starting to roll up, and I think I'm down like $10 on this one, and my stop loss is already set. So if I get kicked out, I get kicked out, and I'm going to lose like $15 or some shit. And that's okay with me because it's worth the risk. Gala, still short. Flux, not short. In fact, Flux, even though this really gnarly red shooting star candle came in, is still not a sales signal. Pre-search, still short. AVAX, still short. Zeal was short, but it's threatening to come back around here and crabbish or turn into a buy. All right. And I'm just using the quick 8 EMA right here every single time because I want my leading indicator to go up and be a positive before I do anything else. All the other indicators kind of lag, and I don't want to use a lagging indicator to enter. I want to use a lagging indicator for confirmation or confluence. Okay. Atom, still short, trying though. CRV, currently swapping from short to long. It's trying to get over the pivot, which would be great here. Sushi, still short. H-bar, still short. 1 inch, still short. Luna, I'm in right now, still short. AOA, short. Ant, short. Band, still short. Beam, short. Bread, short. Ton of short charts. You see that, right? All these charts show me down, not up. And if that's the case, I'm going to try to make a little bit of money on them. Now, one more thing before we go. Not every coin is going to be on the market for shorting. It's usually top 30 or top 50 maybe. And if you go to a Forex market, it's going to be less than that. It's going to be probably 10 of them. You got what you got as far as that goes. And if you don't see anything that looks the way you want it to, well, just walk away. Don't do it. Don't take the trade. No one's making you do anything. What's a good practice if an asset gets rejected at the pivot? If it gets rejected at the pivot, it's typically going to fall back down halfway between the pivot and S1. And if it can't rebound from there, it will go down to S1. That's pretty typical. TRX is like a possible long. Let me jump in and look at that real fast like. Well, let's just pull it up. Not that. TRX USD. Damn, good call, Goombas. Look at that. TRX is already turned up, 821 crossed, and is trying to make a short-term higher high, which would be great. That would lead it out, and there's a trend line over here. Like to see it try to break that trend line. May have, depending on which one we're looking for, right there at it. Be careful. Be careful. So you're betting leverages against the market. Yeah, but I want you to start with very small leverages. You don't have to go crazy with this. That's the way you bet for it to go down. You can't purchase short. You can actually purchase short coins too. I forgot to mention that. That's also on KuCoin and Binance. You can buy 3S, which means 3 times short. You buy that coin expecting the market to go down, which is something else you can do. I forgot about that. Which exchange you prefer doing leverage, short and long? And I use KuCoin or Forex. I use Hugo's Way, which is on MetaTrader 4. MetaTrader 4 is a free download. You go to Hugo's Way and set up an account. You fund it. You get money sent over. It attaches. They give you an account number, all this shit like that. It's all legit. All that kind of stuff. Guzman said GRA. Yeah, I looked at that one earlier. Any outlook on STRNGR? Short. Sorry. Wish it was better, but this one looks terrible. STRNGR still has nothing going for it at all here. I need to see something to show me a bottom. Pivots at S1 at $30. That's probably going to happen. Sucks, huh? Resistance would be 35, 40, and 50. Good luck with that. Hasn't even attempted to try to break those yet. So one step at a time, okay? So this was just one piece of shorting, okay? You can go much farther with this, and you can throw up every single indicator that you would typically use for long, simply reverse them for short. Okay. Remember, be very careful. Do not be a degenerate. Do not over leverage, and do not take humongous trades that you shouldn't take. Small baby steps, everyone. No one built Rome in a day. Okay. It took a while. No one became a millionaire overnight. It's not how it works. All that's bullshit. Don't fall for that. Be smart. Take strategic chances. Don't over leverage. Don't be a degenerate. Be smart. Take your profits and set your stop losses. Thank you for watching. We'll get this shot up over the Twitterverse and all over the crypto world so everyone can see it. We'll be back tomorrow, Thursday at 11 p.m. for a full hour. We'll go over charts like crazy, like we typically do on a Thursday. Till then, see y'all next time. From me, from all the assassins, thank everyone for coming. I appreciate the hell out of you guys. You could have been anywhere in the world. As the late, great, notorious B.I.G. said, you chose to be here with me, and I appreciate the hell out of that. Thank you all. See y'all on the next stream. Peace.